Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. What is the hot news on town today? NEET 2020 is postponed. So what do you do next? I'm gonna tell you what to do for the next 55 days from now on, and then a few tips about preparation for chemistry and biology. So let's get into the video. So what do you do next? Just take a break for a couple of days because you guys will be totally stressed because the exam is getting postponed again and again. You will have to put the efforts again and again. So just take a break for a couple of days. After the break, start preparing again from zero. Make sure you have a timetable for the next 55 days. I'll explain you how, in which way you have to put the timetable. We do have one. If you want that, just contact us in Instagram or on WhatsApp. The link to Instagram and the WhatsApp number is in the description box. So I'm going to divide this revision plan into two. The first 24 days and the next 31 days. The first revision plan is going to be like a full syllabus test every 6 days. The first 5 days you guys are going to revise the topics, and on the 6th day you're going to write down the test and then evaluate yourself where you're going wrong. Do that for 24 days. The last 31 days what you guys have to do is start solving part syllabus paper each day. Evaluate yourself where you're going wrong and which chapters you're going wrong, and take test on every 7th day, a full syllabus test on every 7th day. Make sure you do it. If you want a detailed timetable for this, you can contact us. We'll be providing you that. So apart from this, on July 10th we are conducting a free mock test for NEET aspirants, those who are attempting it this year. So it is going to be cost free. If you guys want to register to it, there is the link for the registration in the description box. Just go there and register. It is totally free. It is happening on July 10th. The timings would be from afternoon 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So moving on forward, I'm going to tell you a few tips about chemistry preparation, from dividing chemistry into three: inorganic, organic, and the physical part. For those who haven't seen my last video, so this is for you, the method for studying. I've clearly explained through a flow chart how to revise and how to study. So just go through this to get an idea about revision. So moving on with the inorganic chemistry, the first and foremost thing that you guys have to do is to remember the periodic table. So how to do that? Revision, again revision. Spend at least 30 minutes per day for inorganic chemistry alone, so that you go through everything within that half an hour. The trends and about the SP, D and F blocks, the normal general trends, basic trends and everything. So that is going to play a vital role. Second thing would be go through the general trends like the variation of valencies, variation of electron gain enthalpy, variation of ionization enthalpy, etc. So be thorough with the general trends and also study the exceptions. Exceptions in the variation along a group, down the group, and along the period. Make sure you study the exceptions very well. Make sure you revise them so that it is going to stick on your memory for a very long time frame. Next thing is for the theory chapters like metallurgy, coordination, compound and all. You guys can make some charts. Since you guys have studied a lot for the exam, now it is time for you to write down things that you've studied. Just make charts, put up the concepts of every chapter in it, just stick it around your wall. So whenever you feel like revising things, you can just look at the charts so that the concepts will flash on your mind again. And I hope you guys have marked some good questions while you solved each chapter. So revise them now. The books that you can refer for inorganic chemistry would be NCERT. NCERT is more than enough for cracking inorganic chemistry. You just have to use your mind over there. So for that you need practice. Practice means solving a lot of questions. So just do that. If you want to do that, it is totally fine. Only reading NCERT is not going to help you in any way. Reading the NCERT and applying the concept on each and every question in a different way is going to help you to gain that +4 marks instead of that -1. The key chapters or the scoring chapters from inorganic chemistry would be metallurgy, coordination compound, S and P block elements. It doesn't mean the D and F block elements are easy or you cannot score well in those chapters. You can, but compared to the other two, this two is going to be simple and easy. So go through this first, and if you have time, you can also go through them. And then the most important thing that you guys have to do in inorganic chemistry for the S&P block elements is know the electronic configuration of every element, so that at least till atomic number 30, so that it is going to be easy for you to solve questions from coordination compound as well as for the S&P block elements chapters. Moving on to organic chemistry, the first and important thing is study all the naming reactions given in NCERT. The naming reactions are going to play a major role. What you guys have to do is just write down the generalized form of the reaction for every naming reaction in a notebook. Revise them periodically. So you will know what you guys have to do. Instead of drawing structures given in the NCERT, write the compound name, write the generalized term. You don't have to write the IUPAC name and all. Just write the general name of the compound and the reagent and the catalyst which is needed for the reaction to occur, and then the product name. Second thing is there will be a lot of application based questions asked, like the biological uses of the compounds and what does excess consumption of the compound is going to cause in humans, etc., etc. So make sure you are really clear in the on the application based view of organic chemistry. Second thing is remember all the you don't have to remember the mechanisms, but then understand the mechanism of all the naming reactions, so that you can apply those mechanism on a question asked. So it is going to be easy for you to relate the product which is going to be formed, and then remember the catalyst of every naming reaction. You will get a separate question. They'll ask you what is going to catalyze the following reaction. So just get ready for all those type of questions. Next thing would be be clear with the IUPAC nomenclature. The easiest question that you can get from an organic chemistry is name the compound. They'll give you a compound and they'll ask you to name it, or they'll give you the name of the compound and then they'll ask you to identify the structure. That is the easiest question that they can ask you from this. So key books for the naming reactions, you can refer the NCERT. The next thing would be Basic Concepts of Organic Chemistry by Dr. Surjit. This is really a good book. You guys should go through it. The key chapters would be halogens, alcohol, ketones, and then aldehydes, biomolecules, polymers, environmental chemistry, and the last one is amides. So just go through all of this. Be thorough with the naming reactions in the first place, then go to the all the extra reactions which is given in your NCERT book. Moving on to the physical chemistry, start with theory part. Clear your concepts again, then go to the application based questions. Solve a lot of questions, at least some 60 to 70 questions per chapter. Solve previous year questions from each chapter. For revision purpose, make charts containing formulas and key points and graphs of each chapter, or a formula book, whichever you prefer. Just do that. And for the revision method, do watch my previous video if you have not watched it yet. The link for the video is in my description box. Just follow the revision pattern so that you can have the concepts in your memory for a longer time frame period. So now the key books for you to refer: any institute's module, and then the Numerical Chemistry by Pratish Bahadur. That is a really good book. You have a lot of questions in that book. You can solve that if you can get it as a PDF format. Key chapters would be mole concept, gaseous and liquid state, solid state, structure of atom, chemical bonding, chemical thermodynamics, chemical kinetics, chemical equilibrium, solution and colligative properties, electrochemistry, and then surface chemistry. So in all of these chapters, chemical bonding is going to be the most important chapter. You can expect at least 5 to 7 questions from chemical bonding alone. So make sure you're really thorough with chemical bonding. Moving forward to biology. How to score 330 on 360. As all of us know, biology marks are going to boost your total to a very great extent. So you need to really score above 300 to get a seat in a government college, to manage your chemistry and physics marks also. So the first and foremost thing that you should do is read NCERT. Make sure you read NCERT for at least 5 times thoroughly. Per lesson, you have to read them 5 times at least in this 55 days alone. Okay. Second thing, as most of you would have, given your best shot for the past 2 or 3 years, you guys can start drawing flow charts for every chapter and revise all the examples in case of botany, and then revise the examples also in a periodic time frame, and memorize the pictures and tabular columns in NCERT. Just see those pictures and tabular columns again and again. Watch the labelings in the pictures of NCERT, and also go through the content in the tables provided on NCERT. Definitely you can expect questions from the pictures from NCERT and the tabular columns in the NCERT. Solve a lot of questions from the previous year paper to get an idea of what type of question is going to be asked to you in your exam. So please go through a lot of previous year paper questions and a lot of mock tests also. You guys have to attend a lot of mock tests, at least for biology and chemistry. Even if you can't attempt physics, it is fine. Attempt for biology and chemistry. Just go through the papers. That is more than enough. Instead of solving, just go through the papers. That is going to be more than enough. Just do that. We have come to the end of your video. I would like to make an announcement here again. We are conducting a NEET mock test for NEET 2020 aspirants on July 10th. The timings would be from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. IST. The exam mode is going to be online. We will be sending you the question paper in the form of PDF, and also the answer document in the form of Microsoft Word document. You guys can edit it and then send it back to us in mail or in WhatsApp or in any form. So if you guys are interested, do register. The registration link is in the description box. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you guys liked it. Do subscribe to my channel to get notification on a regular basis. I'm going to put a lot more of interesting videos about NEET for current 11th grade students and for current 12th grade students in the upcoming week. So stay tuned, guys. And about the 55 days timetable, you guys can get it from us if you want. We have done it on an hourly basis schedule for your convenience. So DM us on Instagram or contact us in WhatsApp, the number given in the description box, to get that timetable. Thanks.